Alright, people, welcome back. Welcome to module 2 of your lifestyle design. And in this one, we will be closely expanding DeFi as a business. Okay? Because, and this lesson 1 is also all about understanding the mindset shift between gambling, active day trading, meme coin bullshitting, and treating DeFi as the actual mature business. So once again, as always, we have 10 bullet points, 10 key points to expand into. So let's begin with number 1. Gambling in crypto is chasing hype coins that are based on emotional entries and has no system. In crypto space, this is gambling, right? In real world perspective, gambling is going to the casino, which is the same thing. You basically have no system, or whatever system you have is still gambling, and you are based on your emotions, right? You are spinning the slot machine, kicking, hitting, whatever, roulette, blackjack, you name it, right? It's based on your emotions eventually. Even if you start with professional approach, eventually your emotions will hit. And the same is with crypto. If you are chasing high yields in DeFi, the highest possible yields, the smallest ranges, the highest leverage, it's the same as chasing hype coins. If you are based your entries into DeFi based on some sort of emotions and opinions of others, this is also not good. Yes, you can copy my pools because I am managing them as efficiently as possible at the current stage. Of course, I'm always improving as well, so I always share that. But if your entries into DeFi LPs are purely based on someone else's opinion, that's also not good, because that's emotional entry, because you attach emotion to me, for example, and you are like, okay, so if Matt is deploying into this pool, it must be good, so I will do as well, which is not always the case, right? Everyone does mistakes, everyone can mess things up, right? And the fact that I deployed into this pool, I deployed because it fits my risk profile. It may not fit yours. It may be too boring for you, or too fast for you, too degen, so to speak, right? So you always have to have your own risk profile first, then you can watch and listen others, but make decisions based off yourself. This is extremely important. And you must have a system. What kind of budgets you're going to be using, from where the money is coming from, deposit ratios, rebalancing strategies, hedging, no hedging, etc. Right? If you don't have these 3 things, it's basically gambling. Number 2, a business has structure, right? When you own a business or you are working on yourself, you must have structure. Some people say that it's much more difficult to work on yourself rather than work for someone else as an employee, right? And this couldn't be more true, right? Because when you work for yourself, you are dependent on your own decisions. So you must have some structure, because otherwise you're going to wake up and spend all day watching TV because you can, but it doesn't mean that you should. So a business always has structure, processes, and risk limits. So should your DeFi positions as well. You should treat DeFi as a very professional business with a lot of employees, a lot of products, a lot of services, whatever it may be, right? Whatever you attach any comparison for business and DeFi, but as all businesses, successful businesses, they have structure, processes, how they operate, and what kind of risks they take. The same should apply to your DeFi positions as well. Number 3, gamblers look for luck. Entrepreneurs design strategies, which is a very deep statement if you really think about it, right? If you aim to get lucky, so to speak, in DeFi, you will deploy into a small range, get some high leverage, catch 27% a day. This is based off no system or no logic behind such position. It's basically you're looking for luck. And if you are deploying into the pools that you don't understand, into the assets that you don't understand whether they have potential to go up or down or sideways or not, it's basically you are expecting luck. So in other words, your entries are based on the guesswork. And guesswork in DeFi, in investments, is your enemy. You cannot eliminate it fully, but you can minimize it as much as possible. So most of your decision is based on a rational, professional, mature approach, and just a little bit of guesswork because, well, you never know what's going to happen in the markets. So we are not looking for luck. We design systems, all right? Strategies and systems. Those systems and strategies will take some time to work and show themselves, right? Essentially, the same thing applies to trading journeys, right? When you have a good strategy, for example, I used to trade full time in the currency market, and I had a strategy. I developed it myself fully from scratch. It was a very simple strategy, and everyone were able to make money from it. The only thing you had to do is trust the strategy. And a few of my friends, they've been trading using the strategy. They passed successfully the funding challenges, all of that nonsense stuff, right? And they started to trade on demo but real account, whatever, unfunded challenges. And what happened, it became too slow because the strategy is very simple, slow. It's you do this and that's it. It's either yes or no, and that's it. And sometimes you have no trades. If you do have trades, those are pretty slow moving trades. And they started to change the strategy. They started to look for more entries, more frequent entries, and that's when they lost the account within the next week, because it just happens. You have to design a system and then let it work out, because if mathematically it works, it will work out in the long run. Okay? The same thing applies to DeFi trading. You can be guessing what's going to happen on the chart based on the flip the coin, but if your mathematical risk to reward ratio is good enough for a long-term perspective and your win ratio is at least 30%, you can be profitable in the long run. You will not be profitable in the first 50 to 100 trades, but you will be profitable in the long run. So that's the same thing applies to DeFi. Build the system now, get the knowledge, start deploying capital, start understanding what you like, what you don't like, what kind of returns fits you, suits you, right? Makes you feel good or bad, and build the system around it, and it will work out in the long run. Number 5. Let's do 4. Treat capital as inventory, as in business. Protect it like a shop protects its goods. Okay? So this is a very good comparison, like DeFi to business. If you treat your money, your capital that you have to deploy into LPs as inventory, the same as businesses, companies, shops would protect their goods, right? They would insure them, which is meaning hedge in DeFi space. They would protect it. They will try not to lose the goods, right? So the same thing applies to your capital. You must protect it. You must be insuring your capital by hedging, in some case, if you need to. So it's basically like, it's just like your inventory. It's all you have, and you have to move with what you have. The same as business has, let's say, 1,000 products, and they have to move with that stock, that inventory. They have to sell it. They have to make money from it. The same thing applies to you. You have $1,000 or $10,000. You have to move with what you have, and you have to make more from it, right? So you have to treat it professionally as well. Number 5, every move should serve a clear purpose. What are you doing? If you are rebalancing the pool, changing the range, why? What's the purpose of this? Are you out of range? Do you think it will not come back to the range in the next 50 minutes or one day? If you rebalance now, but it comes back to the previous range in 5 minutes, is it a good decision or a bad one? What kind of purpose your move gives, sets, serve, right? This could be anything. If you add more capital into the pool, why? What's the purpose? If you withdraw, why? What you gonna do? If you just watching these videos and not deploying capital, once again, why? So every single move you should ask what purpose it serves, right? So this could be income, hedge, or growth, anything related to anything pretty much. If you are seeing that bad things are happening in the market and you are in DeFi, you have a permanent loss right now, the market is dropping near your lower limit of the range, and you are like, what I'm going to do now? And basically you have a few options: wait it out, hedge against it. If you are hedging and opening a short position on the futures market, why? What's the purpose? The purpose is to hedge against my position. So and you have to be very clear and specific. I'm hedging against this position because the market is doing this and that, and if the market continues to drop and I will open the short position at the right time, I will be in profit for my short position, but I will have a loss from my LP position. But essentially, if I withdraw the money from the LP and close my short at the same time, I will be either at delta neutral or as close to break even as possible. The purpose is clear, right? So you always need to have a clear purpose of what the hell you're doing on every step on your DeFi journey. Number 6, businesses always calculate ROI, return of investment. Gamblers hope for jackpots, and there are, once again, no systems involved. So if you are like deploying capital into one of the LPs, let's say it could be Sol USDC or whatever, but you have no idea when you're gonna exit, what you're gonna do if it reaches upper limit, lower limit, or if it stays in sideways movement, what you're gonna be doing, like what do you expect from this position, from this pool, then you basically hope for a jackpot, that something good gonna happen. But businesses and professional mature approach, they always calculate their ROIs, right? From their products, services, and we DeFi investors, we calculate from our investments the ROI. What do I expect? And ROI is not always monetary. This could be a lesson. Maybe you are opening a DeFi position with small capital, high leverage, and high risk. Why? Because the ROI of it is your lesson. So you want to feel how leveraged LP position feels like. And this is a good enough ROI because this will give you a knowledge, this will give you more understanding about DeFi market, your psychology, yourself as a person eventually. So you always have to calculate your ROI from what you're doing. You watching this video, what's the ROI of you doing this? And the ROI is that you are gaining knowledge. Is it good enough for you? Is it worth it? If yes, you watch. If you say, it's bullshit, it's not good for me, then you don't watch it, right? Always try to get as much positive ROIs throughout the day as possible. And for me, sometimes driving 1 hour to a certain coffee place, it gives better ROI than drinking coffee at home, because it's just how it is, just how my psychology works. Sometimes it is. So you always have to think in this ROI perspective as a business do. Number 7, you must have operating rules. When to enter, when to exit, when you will be rebalancing the pool if needed, and what you're going to be doing on that position, right? Because it's easy to enter into the pool, set the range, copy, for example, my range, set the range and just, okay, I'm now making yield. But so what? Yes, you are making yield, good for you, but what are you doing? Are you compounding the yield? Are you just waiting for something, for some sort of a specific amount to claim? When you claim the yield, what you're going to be doing? You're going to be spending it, buying dinner, or you want to be reinvesting into the other pools, or you're going to be buy some assets, borrow against them, and deploy the borrowed capital. What's the plan? So you always must have operating rules when it comes to DeFi positions. Number 8, think like a CEO. Your DeFi portfolio is your company, and you are the boss. You are the boss. You wake up, you have your laptop or iPad or whatever it may be that you work on, and you are the CEO. You come to your laptop, you open up your browser. I do have separate browsers for these videos, and I have a separate one for my private wallets. I open them up, I fire all of the wallets, all of the protocols, and it's like, good morning, sunshine. You are the CEO. Now, what's going to happen? You're going to take a look at each of the portfolio, each of the position and protocol, see what's happening, where are the market, etc. The same thing as the CEO would do in the morning when it comes to the office, and they want to see what's happening with his company, right? So the same thing applies to your DeFi portfolio. You have to think like that. And if you do, it's going to be so much easier to manage all of the positions professionally. Number 9, document decisions and review them like a quarterly report or something. By document, I don't mean write every single little thing, but you must have some sort of a tracker, at least Excel sheet. We are building one for all of you guys. The automated tracker. You will enter the details. It will calculate the losses. The profits, impermanent loss, everything for you. But it's still in development phase. But you must have some sort of a document, a tracker for your LP positions, maybe for your thoughts, psychological elements, everything. Some people, especially men, feel weird documenting their emotional journey, but you have to try that. Ego is bullshit. Just try that. Write down how you felt when you deployed money into the pool, when you harvested your first yield, or when you harvested your first bigger yield, or you experienced the first loss. Something happened and you just withdraw the money and you see that you have less. Something happened, right? And try to journal and document that, because this information is extremely important for the future you. And number 10, longevity beats short-term excitement. So survive and compound. Okay, you can be deploying into tight ranges, big leverage, whatever, borrow the maximum limits, do all of that stuff, be exposed to very volatile assets and pools, and this will give you short-term excitement, even if, especially if you catch something nice. You deployed into some sort of a meme coin on DeFi Tuna with leverage, and you are like, oh my god, I just made 300% in 4 days. Everything is in green and profit, amazing, I'm gonna keep doing that. This will not work, because DeFi is a marathon, it's not a sprint. Trading, meme coin gambling, all of that stuff, that's sprint. You're fast paced, you're running around, you just excited, screaming, it's all good. But DeFi is a marathon. You have to take slowly, you have to go slow, and you will go far. It's a very long journey. So you cannot sprint at the start, because you will feel very exhausted as it goes into the future. So in DeFi, you are now starting the journey, you are in the community, you are watching around, take it slowly. There is no need to rush, okay? No need to rush. Deploy some capital into LPs, so we always cover the membership cost, risk-free for you, right? This is the first step. So you're not paying for this from your own money. No. You have to be deploying capital into the pool and let the pool take care of DeFi house, okay? At least that's my best recommendation. It's not that difficult to do. And then you want to be taking things slowly. Watch what you are the most passionate about. Maybe this lifestyle design content. Maybe this is the strategies. Maybe you don't want to be deploying into LPs right now, but maybe you love what I showed on the strategy room. This could be margin swaps. This could be borrowing capital and just staying tax efficient. Something in between, right? Don't just come in and just jump straight into the pool with no knowledge or understanding. I really hope you do have understanding because you watched all of the YouTube videos, etc., all of the fundamentals, and that's why you're here now. But still, you have to feel comfortable. If you don't feel very comfortable deploying money into the pool, or you are not entirely sure how it works, message me. We can jump on a call. I can explain to you very simply in like a few minutes or something, or send me a list of questions. I will go one by one. I love helping people. That's what I do. It's just like my passion. So just message me. Use me as a tool, as a bucket of knowledge, and just come and how to say it. I mean, just use me as a bucket of knowledge, and you can come scoop some water, some knowledge from me, and use it elsewhere in your journey. Okay, use it, do it. This is the best thing and the best way to grow very quickly. Okay, so that's lesson 1. Stop being a gambler and start treating DeFi like a professional, mature business.